Welcome back, everyone. I am the Depressed Dior, and this is Langrisser Mobile Apex Season 17. I am in pain. These are all been done on the same day, on Friday. I'm taking advantage of the fact that I have a bunch of tickets that negate the loss of points when I lose, as well as the fact that if you lose even without the ticket, as long as you're silver rank, you only lose like 10 points or so. So I'm trying to climb to gold 3 and get this done, and if I get to gold 3, I am going to try to change up the box into something weird and try to see if I can make something wacky happen. A lot of the losses are against people with season 15 or 16 banners, which means they got to Langrisser on those particular seasons, possibly both of them. A lot of meta boxes. To put a positive spin in all of it, at least I've been getting a lot of practice against meta boxes. Unfortunately, I am having trouble finding answers for some of them. In any case, this box here is a palette cleanser. There is nothing that really stands out as far as meta is concerned. We got characters I have yet to see in a match, such as Nymph. We got Yulia here. We got SP Ledin. Is it Ledin? Yeah, I think it's Ledin. And then the rest is kind of, yeah, it's honestly kind of a mixed bag, which is my favorite box. The tanks, there are only 2, and there are only 2 healers. They have a lot of AoE. They do have some single target, but definitely the AoE stands out. So they banned my Awakened one first, and I go ahead and ban their, is that Omega? Yeah, I think that's Omega. Yeah, Epsilon's the other guy, so yeah, that's Omega, I believe. Isolde is my first pick here, because they let me have her. I could have went with Silvaria, but for right now I'm playing it kind of safe. They banned my Eshian, banned my Namiya. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to click that. SB Leon, just right off the bat. This map, he is actually highly mobile because of the stupid troops that give him the ability to negate terrain a couple of times. Which is kind of ridiculous. I go ahead and get rid of Ledin, so they have only Christian for a tank. SP Bernhard has been kind of an issue, especially for sniping. He's just very, very bulky. He's also just stupidly mobile now, with his faction buff giving him mobility, and then he has like a move act again. He just covers a lot of ground. It's honestly ridiculous how mobile a lot of the champions, or I call them champions, all the heroes are in this game. In any case, I pick Rose and Seal because I'm concerned about all the AoE. They get rid of Christiane, get rid of Tatalia. And they grab Helena? Yeah, I believe her name's Helena. Can't blame me for forgetting the names. These characters are never used. Anyway, I go ahead and ban Yulia, get rid of their other tanks, and now they have no tanks. And I go ahead and grab Silvaria. I have a faction buff for her, and at this point I'm not that concerned about AoE since I have Rose and Seal. At this point, I'm down to 1 tank. They go ahead and ban Hilda and Lightbringers, leaving me with Freya. Freya's been seeing a lot more action lately, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, Freya has a lot of issues similar to what Liffany has, which is if you're up against someone that has a lot of fixed damage immunity, it kind of negates the majority of the kit. Tiaris. So we haven't seen Tiaris in a while. She can provide mobility as well as a lot of extra damage, as well as negating counterattack damage. It's just, she has some passive healing as well. That's through combat. Main reason why you don't see her too often is because the AoE meta is just, Tiaris doesn't really have an answer for it. So I go ahead and get rid of Sherry, get rid of Lucretia, and I go ahead and grab Freya at this point since I needed a tank. They get rid of Florentia, and they got rid of Connie. Sorry, my brain is melted right now. I've done like so many matches today. It's unbelievable. They picked Nymph, who's actually like a healer buffer that has some offense and the ability to do like mass range stuns with her song. I go ahead and get rid of SP Lana, get rid of Iron Blood Commander, leaving them with Bozel and Rose and Seal. I'm completely okay with them having Rose and Seal, and Bozel's actually pretty easy to snipe nowadays. And I grab, they left me with 2 healers, both with Act Again, so I go ahead and grab Liana because her Act Again comes sooner. And then Bozel's that final pick there. Alright. Alright, Leona, Windbloom Chanter, standard kit with heal, act again, 3C. Isolde, all of our exclusives, Starboard Prismas. Freya, I went with Phalanxes because I figured there's going to be a lot of cavalry, and I was not mistaken. 3C, Crystal Spike, Roselash. She does, I believe I mentioned in a previous video that she does have the inscription talent. So when she does either Fury of the Rose or Crystal Spike, she'll actually get Spear Phalanx because her defense is higher than her M defense. Which helps out a lot because it lets her do even more fixed damage against those who are foolish enough not to have fixed damage immunity. Rosensteel here, AoE heals with faction buff, and then we got Silvaria with her usual kit, Sneak, 3C, and Disarm with Deck Gunners. What we got here, as you can see with the map here, Leon can cover a lot of ground here. He can get to here thanks to negating two steps of mobility through any sort of defensive terrain. So he essentially has 7 movement here. So he goes 7 here, and then he can go Chivalry to move another 3. And how many steps does he ignore? Oh wow, these aren't even maxed out. That's weird. Anyway, so he can potentially reach up to here and do his AoE or whatever. Speaking of AoE, he doesn't have it. Chivalry, True Blue Dragon Soul, which is just his passive thing. Yeah, it just buffs up a lot of stuff. Blue Dragon Strike, this old school 3C that does really powerful single target, then does AoE and then shuffles you. Let's see. And then we got Bozel here. All AoEs with Seal, Noth. Oh, he does have 3C. 3C AoE, all debuffs essentially. He went Earthquake instead of Dark Black Hole or whatever it's called. Helena went with Giant Lizard Riders with Petal Storm, Chivalry, and Crystal Blossom, so pretty much her exclusives plus Chivalry. Tiaras here brought her 3C and then all heals with Bloom Chanter, and then Nymph. She brought Island Ambassadors, which have 4 movements and can go through, are treated as going through water terrain. These things have 2 range. I actually need to remember that these exist because Nemea could definitely make use of them. We've got Tidal Dance, which is her 3C. Actually, no, it's not. Tidal Dance is her long range attack. And then she's got a heal as well. And then she's got Final Encore, which is her song, which will do a bunch of annoying stuns, which become more likely to happen the closer you are to her. She does get an intelligence buff bonus as long as she has a buff. And she puts up random bubbles on people that reduce AoE damage. And also, while they have the bubble active, they get random buffs after their action. The bubbles are practically worthless because I don't do AoE. The only AoE I have right now is Roselash. Actually, I think I said Crystal Spike earlier. I meant Roselash. Anyway, that's everybody. So, I'm going to go ahead and play it safe. I'm going to go ahead and faction buff in place. The only thing I'm really concerned about is being shuffled by Leon stuff. So I kind of spread out a little bit. I go ahead and get some healing and passive healing and crystal stacks going. We got Sonata Strife, so this gives +1 mobility and then essentially gives attack blessing to everyone. And I think it also gives like a 15% attack buff as well. So I go ahead and shuffle upwards to get in range. I'm 9 spaces away from Bozel. My opponent does not have any act agains, so I go first as long as I go first next round, so I could snipe it. The bad part is it does put him in range to actually attack me, so that's what he's going to do right here. He is not fixed damage immune. He has Daybreak. Oh wow, he has Twilight Star. That's neat. So yeah, did a bunch of fixed damage. He does heal, thankfully, from Tiaras' thing, but then I do a bunch of this. I nearly kill him with just fixed damage alone. And then he's going to do this nonsense. Which, of course, triggers the fixed damage again, because it's based off essentially any sort of damage. So yeah, this thing, the way it works, this thing, deals AoE damage to all enemies one ring range and activates a teleport effect. Affected enemies are moved to another location on the battlefield and receive a debuff. They didn't move, and I don't know why. I mean, I think Sylvaria can't be moved, but yeah, I'm actually kind of concerned. Let's see. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Well, you saw what I was about to do. Yeah, so some fixed damage here. So everything within one ring gets shuffled. And it didn't shuffle either of them. It literally just teleported in the exact same spots. I have never seen that happen. I believe it looked like Sylvaria was immune through the teleport. So yeah, and then he's at 11% life with not much magical defense, and Leona can do enough damage. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just do that. And then passively heal everyone around her. And my opponent makes a mistake here. Because my opponent can't actually reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she had six movement thanks to Sonata Strife. She can go through her own terrain as free movement, but unfortunately these trees are actually in the way and are hindering her movement. So yeah, she's kind of screwed. She actually can't get in range. So she just shuffles down there. I play it safe here. I probably could have gone for kill here, but I decided just to hang back and see what happens. So I go ahead and just put up Sustenance, which reduces cooldowns. I learned the hard way what happens if you go up against someone else's Isolde and they take Sustenance and you don't. The cooldown reduction is actually very noticeable. Alright, 3C. So, Song is going, so now people can potentially get stunned, but I have Crystal Barrier, so it doesn't matter. It did give a buff. Yeah, it gave a damage dealt buff, it looks like. Yeah, damage dealt increased. Pretty good. It also does healing, I think. Yeah, it does healing. So that's pretty interesting. It also, of course, makes this playful song play. So, new round. I go first, so I go ahead and finish off Bozel. I apologize if the song is very loud. Yeah, completely obliterated. Alright, Cavalry versus Phalanxes. And I took out half her life just from fixed damage. And I counterkilled. So at this point my opponent kind of gave up. He's just going to run up. I go ahead and use this opportunity to go ahead and get a kill here with 3C. I think this is the first time I've shown the animation for that. So this will get me a random talent buff. Looks like I got the damage one. Yeah, the troops did 1 damage each. And she barely did 700 there. So yeah, this match is over. I'm kind of just going through the motions at this point. Like I said, it was not much to say about this match, but honestly, after all of the meta boxes, I was kind of happy to just get a win here. But I do have another match or few to go through, so we'll see. We'll see if I get Gold 3 or not. Because I'm running out of tickets, unfortunately, and I've lost a lot of games. Alright, so that is match. One of the few times where we played till end. But yeah, the only person that did any damage was Leon. Wow, freaking Helena only did 50 damage. Yeah, like I said, if the opponent doesn't have fixed damage immunity, Freya does quite a bit of work. You can see from the damage there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Hero. This was Langrisser Mobile Apex Season 17. I'll see you guys next time.